book of her experiences, also titled Healed by Soul. Now, to discuss all of this and more, Debra Soul joins me today in the CUTV News studio for this exclusive interview. Debra, welcome to CUTV News. It's so great to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I feel the energy right now. I feel the energy coming through. This is fantastic. It's really a pleasure and honor to have you here. We're so excited.
Thank you so much.
Got a lot of questions. I'm really excited about this topic. Tell us, when did you first realize, or did somebody realize it in you, that you had this intuitive nature, that you had these gifts?
I would feel these things, but I ignored them up until when my father passed when I was about 18, and something came to me. I wasn't living at home at the time, and said, your father's going to pass. And I actually went the night before to say goodbye to him. And even at that point, I was like, okay, so I had this vision, something told me he was going to pass, but I really didn't pay that much attention. Like, I paid attention, and I was so grateful that I was able to say goodbye.
Right.
But then I got sick, and my heart rate went down to the 20s. One day I just couldn't get out of bed. And someone said, after going to doctors, who said, we could do nothing for you except if you feel this way, go to the emergency room, get stuck with IVs, and that was no life.
You tried the traditional route, and there was just nothing that really could make a big difference for you. Yeah.
When I was doing this work, the angels came to me and said, well, this is missing, and we need to do more to complete the healing process. And that's how Healed by Soul began. We are completion within bringing the past life souls to this life soul. And it totally completes the process so that you are fully complete from soul to soul, from past life, so that you can get into your mission with ease.
So how do you, for somebody that may be watching even right now, and they're following through, and they want to explore this further, do they have to have an open mind? Are there any prerequisites?
Okay, so this
is there
is really
anything
funny.
that they need to do before they come to the table to be able to
I always say
absorb
you have to believe, you have to have an open mind, but I do a lot of wellness corporate events. So you've got these IT techie guys.
Sure, yeah.
And you've got mainly science-minded people do not believe in this at all, because they don't even believe in God or angels or anything like that. So I'm at a wellness fair, and they've all gotten flu shots. So they come to me after the flu shot. I'm saying, how do you feel? And mainly in these events, oh, I'm stressed out, I need some energy. So, I'll put together some oils that I do, and I'll do some healing on them. And then, they feel okay, but they're not totally convinced, okay? But when they came in and their arms are stiff and it really hurts, and I'll take out Console, which is an oil. This is actually Console. And I rubbed, and I'll show you with your hand, a tiny drop just like that on their hand where they got the flu shot. And then all of a sudden they're able to lift their arm like that, and they're not in any pain. So what I did is I consoled the pain where they got the flu shot, and they're like, oh my God. And then not even doing the energy work, just the oil helped that, because this is Console. And there's healing properties.
It's calming, it's consoling.
It's consoling the arm where it hurts.
It also smells wonderful too.
Yeah, Console is great.
I mean, my sinuses are loving this. It's consoling my sinuses too.
Yeah, it can
really
console
pleasing.
your heart. It can console where it hurts. It can console any part of your body. And with essential oils, the science behind it is it goes where it's needed to be. So I put it on your wrist, and it went to your sinuses.
It did, yeah.
It needed to go where it went.
Yeah, it's terrific. Are you constantly still amazed by all of this?
I am so amazed. Every time I heal somebody, because no two sessions are ever the same, and it totally freaks me out.
You can see the sparkle in your eye.
Even now when I do it, it's like, oh my God, it's like I'm doing surgery. I am doing surgery. And it's not like I'm doing it.
With no scalpel, no instruments,
and I feel it.
nothing.
I feel it. I taste it. Like I did gallbladder surgery, and I tasted the bile coming out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up because this tastes so nasty and sour.
So it's almost as if, I mean, again, we're talking about a situation where she's not using, surgical instruments or really
nothing,
even
just
doing,
my hands.
Yeah. So it's
And
almost
it's
as if
thick
you're
and muddy. It's thick. I could feel it. I could see it. I could taste it.
it's like you're the role of the healer / doctor, as well as, because of tasting the bile, almost absorbing what
Like I'm coughing as
what
I'm
the
doing
patient
it.
is feeling.
Right, and then
going
they're
through.
feeling, the patient is actually feeling something moving and cracking as I'm breaking down the gallstones.
So do you sometimes take on their pain?
Because I'm empathetic, even though I'll shield myself, because I'm empathetic, sometimes I will, and then I'll have to clear and cleanse myself after.
Otherwise, it stays stuck within you.
Right. It won't stay stuck within me, but I'll
It'll
still
linger
a little bit
longer
longer
than it should.
should.
Absolutely.
And then as soon as she finally realized what forgiveness was and how
Mm-hmm.
to do it, we cured the cancer. It was gone.
Are you ever amazed by what happens
Totally amazed.
I would
Totally
imagine,
amazed.
yeah.
Totally
I would
amazed.
imagine.
So again, like a broken foot. A friend called. Actually, my daughter's friend called. She fell. And I immediately knew she had like fractured her ankle.
Yeah.
I felt the pain.
Yeah, you
And she
did.
was crying on the street. Debbie helped me. So I sat there. We spoke about the weather as she's sitting there crying. And I'm like, oh, it's such a sunny day. And just think about the sun and just look around you and think about the beach as I'm healing her. And I literally like had to put her foot together. And I was going like this with her foot and sewing it and putting it together. And after about 20 minutes, she was able to get up and walk, but I know it was fractured. I literally had to put it together. And this was long distance over the phone.
Now let's talk about the book itself, Heal by Soul, and you have a copy here. This book, first of all, how long did it take you to write this? And what was the writing process and the experience for you to actually share the experiences in such a fascinating and thought-provoking and stimulating way that you do in the book, Heal by Soul? And it's so great that soul plays off your name. I think it's ideal. It just happens to work out that way.
So the angels actually guided me to write the book, and what it is it tells my story, how I got into it, along with, it's a great intro book to the holistic world, but it also talks about the dimensions. So the dimensions, right now we're in the third dimension, which is chaos. And you have to admit, what we're going through right now is chaos.
Everybody is,
Everybody's
at each
in
other's
chaos.
throats and
Yeah,
a lot of anger, a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
A lot of people also, I find, searching for their meaning in life, their true meaning in life, and for authenticity and
the
for
truth.
their life's purpose. Why am I here? What is this all about? How does this tie together?
So this is telling you how to get into the fifth dimension, which is the dimension of joy.
Do you have any ability to guide or direct or help people focus towards the fifth?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so the main thing
You
is...
like that question.
Yes.
I can see the smile on your
Yes,
face.
yes. So the first thing is you have to get rid of the garbage from your past life. That's the first thing, because
That's
if
a tough
you're
one,
stuck,
isn't it? That's a tough one.
you need a session for that.
That's a tough for a lot of people.
You really need a session for that, because if you're stuck in that, you can't even get into your mission in this life. You've got to clear everything from that past soul. So that's where I come in to do the sessions. And it could be 1 or 2 sessions and you're done. That's how fast it can be done.
But you would say, is it a step-by-step? It shares your experiences, which you then hope people can absorb and relate to and maybe apply to themselves. But at the same time, is it sort of like a step-by-step method to reach
the fifth dimension
and healing, internal healing?
Heal
by
tells
soul?
you, it gives you a guide on, even if you don't want a session, it's going to talk to you about the angels, how to invite the angels in. It's going to talk to you about essential oils. It's going to tell you how to do hand mantras.
What about acupuncture too? That all comes into...
So what I call my healing is acupuncture without the needles.
Really?
Yes.
Because I know people who've experienced great things via that, so now there's ways to get some of the same benefits
thing without the needles. Same thing.
That's amazing. That's really...
Except it's more because I'm getting things out of your past life and connecting your souls.
Is that the dominance of what the situation is for people?
Yeah.
That's that. What do you hope people get out of the experiences with you, with Heal by Soul?
Peace and joy. They really just get to be happy and find their mission.
I notice you tear up every time we get into that area. Because it
means so much
that's
to
right.
me.
Oh yeah, that's why I know. Yeah,
It means so much
right,
to me.
right.
It really does. It's something
you know
so
you're touching
personal.
lives and-
It's so personal to me.
yeah.
It really is. Because I've been through so much. So much
So
on
you know,
every level.
You know the sun is on the other side.
Yeah.
There is.
Because I've been through on every physical, emotional.
Whatever it is, you've
on every level,
experienced it.
I've experienced it. So for somebody to suffer for no reason, there is no reason to suffer. Everybody is worthy to not be in that sad place and to be in joy. And that's what I want them to experience.
So you can help them.
Yeah,
Same thing with the book too. You hope readers
Exactly.
are taking
exactly.
the same sort of message from
Exactly.
the book as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you are worthy to be worthy.
You have value, you have purpose. There's a reason why
Yeah.
you're here.
Exactly.
Regardless of what anybody says,
Exactly.
what the world says,
Exactly.
what your relatives say,
Especially that.
coworkers, anybody.
Exactly. You have to believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
Have faith.
You sure do. Well, this is wonderful.
Thank you.
This was really something. It's an honor to have you here, Debra Soul,
Thank
Unity
you.
Reverend Debra Soul.
Thank you.
A real pleasure. Thank you
Thank you
so much
so
for joining
much.
us.
Thank you.
Continued success. I know we're going to see and hear from you much, much more. And
Thank
you're
you.
helping and healing so many lives. And I know it brings you great joy, and it brings them great joy as well.
Yes,
and
it
it's all
does.
about paying it forward, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, continued success to you.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, this is a positively fascinating subject, and if you'd love to explore more, find out about her book, Heal by Soul, her company, and even connect with our guest, Debra Soul, by visiting her website. That's the way to do it. Go to healbysoul.com. For CUTV News, I'm Jim Masters. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.